Hello students, so today we will tackle the final Laplace transform of our course, uh, the transform of derivatives. So, define muna natin kung ano yung derivative na tinutukoy natin. So, derivative basically yung differential operator ng ating function. So say if we have f of t, then yung derivative ng f of t ay df of t over dt. Or, pwede ring f prime of t. So, let's start here. So, let's use f prime of t as example para later makikita nyo kung bakit f prime of t yung ginagamit kong symbol for introducing the transform of derivatives. So let's just redefine what Laplace transform is. So Laplace ng any function f of t is equals to integral from 0 to infinity uh, of e raised to negative st f of t dt. But for this lecture, we said that we are interested in taking the Laplace transform of the derivative of that function, which is f prime of t. So now we'll do integration by parts for taking the Laplace transform of f prime of t. So let's let u is equal to e raised to negative st. So we're not taking f prime of t as u, because differentiated, if we take the derivative of f prime of t, then we'll get a more complicated, what do you call this, function na magiging f double prime of t. So we don't want that. Kaya ang nasa isip natin na gawing u is e raised to negative st, so that uh, hindi magiging more complicated yung sinusolve natin. So to differentiate e raised to negative st, let's just recall yung chain rule, which will give us negative s e raised to negative st. So yung nangyari lang naman dyan, we let say x is equal to negative st. So ang nangyari, e natin bigay e raised to x. And then nung dinifferentiate natin yung e raised to x pa rin. Pero we have to remember na dapat yung x prime natin ay mamultiply kasama ng e raised to x, which is x prime is equals to negative s, di ba? So yun yung history nitong negative s e raised to negative st. So let's remove that for now. And then yung dv is equals to f prime of t dt. So yung v natin will be equal to f of t na lang, di ba? Okay. So ngayon, let's use yung definition ng integration by parts, which is uv minus integration ng v du. Okay. So uv is equals to e raised to negative st times v, which is f of t from 0 to infinity pa rin, minus the integral of v, which is f of t, du, which is negative s e raised to negative st. So nakalimutan ko ilagay ng dt dito sa ating du term. So negative s e raised to negative st dt. Again, from 0 to infinity. So now, isolve natin yung unang term ng ating integration by parts. So dito wala tayong pwedeng ilabas dun sa square bracket natin dahil both are a function of t. So pwede natin i-distribute lang yung mga limits. So e raised to negative st f of infinity. So yun yung function with the higher limit, and then e raised to negative s of 0 times f of 0. So ito yung unang term natin, lagyan ng square bracket para maihiwalay natin siya. And then f of t is equals to yung integration ng second term. So gawin natin siya step by step. So ilabas muna natin yung negative s, since hindi naman siya since constant siya and hindi naman tayo nagdi-differentiate with respect to s. So magiging positive s to. So integral from ng f of t times e raised to negative st dt. And then, i-evaluate natin yung nasa loob ng square bracket. So, we've talked about this several times from our previous lectures, na s must be greater than 0 para hindi maging para yung solution ng ating Laplace transform is hindi maging unbounded. So if s is a positive number, negative e raised to negative infinity is equals to 0, di ba? So gawin lang natin, ito ay equal to 0. And then this part, e raised to negative s times 0 is equals to 1, kasi e raised to 0 is equals to 1, and then we're left with f of 0. So kailangan natin isulat yung f of 0 kasi sa mga kasi yung f of 0 could have a value. Kasi remember, ang given lang sa atin for this problem is yung f prime of t. Pero hindi pa natin alam yung real value ng uh, f of 0. So we have to retain that. So ngayon, i-retain lang natin f of 0. So ito yung nasa loob ng square bracket. And then, uh, tingnan natin kung ano yung laman ng second term natin. So s times f of t e raised to negative st, which is just equal to function f of s, di ba? If yung f of s na basically Laplace transform ng f of t. So yun lang naman yung nangyari sa kanya, di ba? So ngayon, pwede natin sigurong gawing shorthand na notation is s f of s. And then ito na yung Laplace transform ng f prime of t, which is s f of s minus f of 0. So let's do this further. What if we have f double prime of t, meaning double derivative of f in terms of t. So our second example is f double prime of t. Ulayin natin. Oh. So find the Laplace transform of f double prime of t. So ito yung next nating question. So balikan lang natin yung definition ng Laplace transform. So Laplace transform ng f double prime of t is e raised to negative st f double prime of t dt. Integrated from 0 to infinity. So katulad ng ginawa natin kanina, we let u is equals to e raised to negative st and du becomes negative s e raised to negative st dt. So hindi natin makakalimutan yan. And dv is equals to f double prime of t dt. So v natin is f prime of t kasi integrate lang natin siya once. So again, uv minus v du, integral ng v du. Ito yung definition, formula for integration by parts. So uv is equals to e raised to negative st times v, so that's f prime of t. So evaluated from 0 to infinity minus v du f prime of t times du negative s e raised to negative st dt from 0 to infinity pa rin. So we evaluate the first term, e raised to negative s times infinity times f prime of infinity minus e raised to negative s times 0 and f prime of 0. Yan, square bracket just to denote na ito yung unang term. So minus, so katulad ng ginawa natin kanina, pwede natin ilabas yung s and i-multiply doon sa negative sign doon sa labas ng integral. So plus s, so and this is f prime of t e raised to negative st dt from 0 to infinity. So evaluate muna natin itong nasa loob ng square brackets natin. So yung e raised to negative infinity, kasi negative s times infinity is negative infinity pa rin. This will be 0, di ba? So anything multiplied to 0 ay 0. So katulad nung kanina. And then e raised to negative s times 0 is equals to 1. So ito ay 1. Pwede nating hindi na siya ipakita later. Pero yung f prime of 0 katulad dun sa f of 0 kanina, hindi natin alam yung value niyan. So we still have to account for this. So yung shorthand notation lang natin. So ito ay 0 minus. So ito ay 1, no? So 1 times f prime of 0 plus s f prime of t e raised to negative st dt from 0 to infinity. So pwede natin balikan yung sagot natin kanina for f prime of t e raised to negative st, since ito na yung nasolve na natin yung definition ng Laplace transform ng f prime of t, which is just this lang, di ba? So again, ito yung sagot natin kanina, ito. So s f of s minus f of 0. So ilagay lang natin siya. So this is negative f prime of 0 plus s times yung sagot natin kanina, s f of s minus f of 0. Tama ba to? Let's check. So siya ay, lagyan natin box. So f prime of 0, f of 0 lang, no? So pwede natin i-distribute ngayon yung s, which is minus f prime of 0 plus s squared f of s minus s f of 0. And then i-arrange natin siya in terms of decreasing s na degree. So f of s squared f of s minus s f of 0 minus f prime of 0. Katulad nung mga previous na lectures natin, itatry pa natin yung triple prime. So example, again, last example natin. Pero basically, halos same lang to do sa mga unang dalawang derivatives natin. So find what is So find the Laplace transform of f triple prime of t. So katulad sa mga naunang examples natin, so isusulat ko pa rin yung definition ng Laplace transform para hindi natin makakalimutan ever. So 0 to infinity e raised to negative st f triple prime of t dt. Again, yung u natin ay equal sa e raised to negative st, and du is equals to negative s e raised to negative st dt. And yung dv is equals to f triple prime of t dt, and yung v, since once na tayo mag-integrate, f double prime of t. Okay? So, i-plug in natin siya sa definition ng integration by parts, which is uv minus integral ng v du. So this becomes uv, so e raised to negative st, and v is equals to f double prime of t. Again, evaluated from 0 to infinity, minus e raised to negative st. So ito yung v natin. Mali. So yung v natin is equals to f double prime of t times du negative s e raised to negative st dt. Again, from 0 to infinity. So evaluate natin yung unang term, e raised to negative s times infinity times f double prime of infinity minus e raised to negative s times 0 times f double prime of 0. So lagyan na square bracket. So again, ilalabas natin yung s dun sa integral, itong s na to. So magiging positive s. So f double prime of t times e raised to negative st dt from 0 to infinity. So nakuha na natin yung sagot sa portion na ito kanina. Ito ay nagiging 0 palagi, no? 0. While this one becomes 1. So we're left with f double prime of 0. So f double prime of 0 plus s. So katulad ng sa f double prime example kanina, pwede natin i-substitute yung sagot dito na nakuha natin sa previous example, which is this one. So s squared, so plus s. So ito ay s squared f of s minus s f of 0 minus f prime of 0. So tama ba to? Let's see. Yeah, it's tama siya. Okay, so i-rewrite lang natin as final step, s cubed f of s minus s squared f of 0 minus s f prime of 0. Then i-rearrange lang natin, s cubed f of s minus s squared f of 0 minus s f prime of 0 minus, nakalimutan kong lagyan ng minus sign dito, no? This one. So dapat merong minus sign. Minus sign. F double prime of 0. So ito yung sagot natin for f triple prime of 0. So like our discussion with the power formula of Laplace transform, pwede nating i-generalize yung Laplace transform ng derivatives. So ilista lang natin. So at f prime of t, i-generalize lang natin ulit. So ito ay f of t, and then ito ay f of s. So i-check natin. No? So yung f prime of t, ang lumabas na sagot sa kanya ay s f of s minus f of 0. And then yung f double prime of t natin, ang lumabas sa kanya ay s squared f of s minus s f of 0 minus f prime of 0. So hopefully, makikita nyo na kung anong mangyayari dito sa yung trend ditong Laplace transform of derivatives. And this one, s cubed f of s minus s squared f of 0 minus s f prime of 0 minus f double prime of 0. So let's double check. So mukhang tama naman, no? Okay. So to generalize, yung usual way ng pag-memorize ko dito, although hindi ko talaga siya memorize as memorization, pero I take the degree of derivative. So f of n of t. So ngayon, gamitin muna natin yung s. So i-check natin kung paano siya nagre-relate. So yung triple prime ay nagko-coincide with the highest, with the degree of s dun sa unang term ng ating Laplace transform. So kung mapapansin nyo, 2, 1. Ito ay 1, no? So pwede natin sabihin na ito ay s raised to n. And yung mga succeeding terms ay palaging nama-minus 1. So ito ay 1 minus 1, ito ay 2 minus 1, ito ay 2 minus 2, diba? Ito ay 3 minus 1 equals to 2, and then 3 minus 2, so ito ay equals sa 1, and then 3 minus 3, which is equals sa 0. So ganun lang yung nangyayari, no? So palagi kong inuunang isulat yung mga s, and kung mapapansin nyo, yung mga succeeding terms are all negative din. Negative silang lahat, no? So pwede natin isulat sa s muna tayo, s raised to n times s raised to n minus 1 minus s raised to n minus 2 minus s s n minus n. So basically yung s raised to n minus n, ito yung final na Laplace transform ng ating yung final term ng Laplace transform ng ating derivative. And then we go to the tawag dito, this f term. So gamit tayo orange. So yung unang term ng derivative ng transform of derivative ay f of s palagi. And then yung next is basically yung f of 0. So ang nangyari from the Laplace transform itself ng f of 0 magiging ng f of t from the Laplace transform ito from f of t. So ito yung Laplace transform ng f of t, and then ang susunod sa kanya ay f of 0, and then yung mga subsequent ay uh, increasing na degree ng derivative. So ang susunod sa kanya ay f double prime of f prime of 0 lang, no. So f prime of 0, and then sa pinakadulo yung n minus 1 na degree ng what you call this ng derivative which natin na-transform natin. So for example, dito sa unang term, focus muna tayo dito. Yung n natin dito is 1, and yung final term natin dito ay uh, basically 1 minus 1. So parang f1 minus 1, 0, di ba? And then yung final term natin dito sa pangalawang term, so focus naman tayo, ay sa pangalawang example natin ay f2 minus 1. Basically f2 minus 1 of 0, no? So yung n na sinasabi natin ngayon, ito na yung nagdi-dictate ng degree ng differentiation ng f function natin. So we can say na since yung f dito, yung degree ng differentiation sa mga huling f, ito ay 0. So basically 1 minus 1. And then this one, single degree lang siya ng derivative. So ito ay 2 minus 1, which is pwede natin i-relate sa degree ng derivative natin. And dito sa pinakadulo ay tawag dito 3 minus 1. So yung dulong f pala ay basically f n minus 1 of t. F n minus 1 of 0 lang, no? So ganun. F n minus 1 of 0. So siya yung nasa dulo. So ito yung ngayon yung general form ng Laplace transform of derivative of any degree n. So itong nasa pinakadulo, itong make color. Tanggalin natin yung mga, and then let's box it. This part. So sa next na topic natin, discuss tayo ng inverse Laplace transform. Thank you.